Hello everybody, this is Sonya. Now, I'm on here today and we're playing, okay? We're playing today. We're ironing. We've got the Gemini. My Gemini is a cutting machine that Santa Claus bought me. Now, you know how when you get something and you pay a bit of money for it and then you realise, well, you think you realise, that it won't cut fabric, and you thought it did. And you go, oh my goodness me, what a waste of money, because I am actually into a lot of fabric cutting, as you might know at the moment, and stuff like that. So therefore, I was having a turn for the worst. I was thinking, now that's not good, that's not fair, that's not funny. I was thinking that, right. So what I did was, I watched a video, and if you get your stuff ready, like so, I hope it's all covering it all, hang on, might not be, oh yes it is, wait a minute, should be right. If you get your things ready, how they tell you, and you get some of these companion dies they're called. Now I'm over here, right, I'm over this way, and we're over here with the machine. I'm going to show it to you in a second. Now, so I've got that ready, and I'm putting this on, because I've been cutting out ones with, I'll show you if I can turn the camera over. Yeah. I want to turn the whole thing, Sonia. Okay, where are you? There it is. Okay, so it's switched on. So here I go. Right, push a bit further. I'm going to take it through itself. Okay, and I've got to reach over and get down the other side. It's supposed to make crackling noises. It's supposed to make cutting and crackling noises. That's how it works. As long as I got the dies up the right way, I should be right. Did I? Maybe not. Oh, don't tell me I'm cutting the wrong thing. Oh no. Look at that. Oh, you can't. Hang on a second. Look what I got out. See, somewhere I'm trying to look at the camera. Look at this. It always cuts into the board. All the boards you buy that do this, they cut into, so it's nothing to worry about. You just keep alternating them and that, and it's fine. Look what I've got here. I've got fabric. I've got hexies. I've got hexies. Look, because they were actually in with the machine. I've been trying to find some more, and I really would like just the circles. Just circles would be right. I must have had that fair on the corner of the fold. And this is exciting, isn't it? Look what I've got. And I don't have to worry about the size, you know, if I'm getting the size right. I've been doing paper ones, so I've got the paper pieces. I did this blue here a while ago. This is the first one I tried before I showed it to you, because I was hoping that I would get it right. And this is not, this is a good, a little bit heavy fabric, and it's got 4, and it cut through 4. And then I'll just decide what colour I want to put in the middle, if I want to do it like that, or whatever you know, whatever you want to make. And you put your paper in, of course, but to do it, and then you can take the paper out, and you've got this on the side, outside here. And then you could even put one of them. I don't know, but this is so good, isn't it, for something to do? So good that that's going to work. So now I'm going to try another one. So that was only 3. There was 3 thicknesses, wasn't it? I've got the little line going there because I wanted to make sure I ironed this stuff straight. Now, when you put your one of these cutting things on first, so you can see I've been doing a few hexies, and I've got it bent back the other way so it'll go through and it'll squish it back down again. And then you put your little hexies up this way. Okay, you got to have them up this way because they're both the same size. Because I think I've got two sets, which is good. I might put a bit bigger piece of fabric in here now and do these 2 sets. Okay. Oh, I've got these ones as well. I'll get carried away and do the lot. Wrong way, Sonia, don't do that. Don't do that. I've actually done that and cut my magnetic board, but it didn't hurt it. It just sort of made little dents in it. So I'm not really crying about it yet. So what would I like a lot of colours of, I wonder? Because I have got a lot there. Maybe I should just have some at a time, eh? Because look at this. This is nice, isn't it? I could do some with this. Get a piece off here and do a couple of these. Do as many as I want to, really. There's no rules, is there? I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but that's the fun of it, isn't it? I'll find out as I go along, I imagine, what I'm going to do with them. I have to iron this piece. I'm going to cut it up here. Why I'm cutting it on the folding bit, I don't know. I've got two thicknesses. I need a circle. I've actually got a circle here because, and it's just an ordinary one, okay? Now, a while ago, I thought I'd have a go and see if one of my other ordinary thin dies would work. And it did. It cut out, but only just 2 thicknesses of the envelope. So I've put that, see? So I've got a little fabric envelope. I tried that because I thought, well, I might as well give this a go because this would be the thing that I'd want to do. I've got 2 of them. I put 2 together. They're really thin pieces of vintage pillowcases. But I'm going to stitch this, and I think it's going to look absolutely awesome. So I'm just going to put them together there for a minute. And we might try the circle in a second when I take through a few more of these. Because I haven't got a very big piece of fabric here. Let me see. How much have I got? Well, I have. It just depends which way I put it. If I go like that, I might have to just do 2 at a time, eh? Of course, there's a hair in there. That'd have to be, wouldn't there? Okay, I could do 3. Maybe 3. Okay, okie dokie. I'll do this way. They're flat edges together. Like you'd sew them together, eh? See what happens. Yeah, I didn't have to go out today. I was thinking hubby might want me to, but he went, thank goodness. Then my phone went flat and I couldn't ring him. I had to charge it a tiny bit and ring my daughter to go and pick him up because I couldn't get a taxi because I suppose they were taking the kids to school because it was really early. It was a bit after 9. I suppose I was still doing the school run, but then my eldest daughter went and got him because she's wasn't working the day, so it's good. Now I hope this will do 2 of each. Maybe not. Won't fit up there. I can arrange it so in a different manner, can't I? I can arrange them different, I'd imagine. How about that? That'll work, won't it? I've just going to cut them all wrong to start with, hey? I'm going to have to just do 2 and go and do... I can use the side bits. We can do snippets and things with the side bits. We don't have to worry about the side bits. Now, so if I've got to make them, I'll make sure they're both up the same way. This is on like that. Got to put one underneath. Got to put one on the top. Keep it all from moving too much if I can, right? And get it nice and cozy together there, and just push it through till it starts up. I've got my big shot, I've got my big shot, and it isn't in the room, but I might try these thin dies with that later, but I don't have to, because I don't have to use them with them, do I? Because look at this, here we go. I've got them cut and they're nice and they're the same, except there's always a piece of thread hanging, isn't there? Well, usually when you do the other things too, your paper, sometimes you've got a piece that won't go through because it wants to be difficult. It's okay, it saves you cutting out the whole thing. Look at that. Don't they look awesome? Oh dear. Because it's made for fabric and other things as well, because so it's good that I know my other thing which is my scan and cut, it's supposed to cut fabric as well, and I have had a terrible time with that. There's so much that you have to do to prepare it to start with. You know, when you pay a lot of money for something, you're nearly expecting it to do it by itself by just giving it the order. You know what I mean? You just want things to work. You don't want to have to be ironing stuff onto them and things like that, iron and stiffening stuff on it. I just want it to go through there. I don't want to be playing around with it all day. Because that's me, I'm very impatient when it comes to those sort of things. I wonder if that'll go under there and cut that. Don't know. I'm going to try and... How about the small ones? Just do some small ones. You need them too. Now these ones here are not from that set. These are different. I don't know if I'll put them in there. I don't think that's going to work. Here we got some more here. I can't pick up anything with these fingernails anymore. Oh dear, oh dear. I've had a terrible time with this fingernail business. Okay. Right, now what have I got here? I've got this little one here. He's a beauty, isn't he? He'll look good in the centre or something. That one. Will this one fit under here, I wonder? Oh, even if I cut out one piece, I'll be happy. I'll be pleased as anything if I just cut out one bit. I'm going to be happy with it. That bit. It seems to me that it's all covered. Maybe the top piece might be better. I don't know, seems to be... It's under there. It's under there. And this one can go under here. I'm just trying to get more for me money here. It's all going right. Okay, so put this on here in the right place. So I don't have to move these too much because I don't want to move the fabric from where I put it, so it'll cut it for me properly. Go, everybody. Let's go. I didn't have to push it, was just holding onto it. I'd like to do the circle so I can make the shuffle puffs. Can we see what we're doing? Right. As long as you're here with me somewhere, I suppose. There goes one onto the floor. Which I can get that now. Where are you? We'll just see where it is first. I can see that. It's a bit dark down there. A bit light under my table. No, I'm not. I don't want to drop that much down there all the time. Wow, this is cool. So I've got those three. Look at this teddy witty one here. What am I going to do with that? Isn't it nice? Tiny dear little pet. You never know what you might want one of them for, Sonya. Hey, where's the other one? Because there should be two, shouldn't there? He might have fell somewhere. Hope I didn't lose him. So I've got those now. And that. And that. And a teddy one. And I don't know where the other teddy one is. There we go. Well, let's have a go and see if we can get a circle to work. If we can get one of these circles that we got here to work. Where's that other little tiny piece of fabric? I'm sure I don't need it because I don't think I'll be sewing that. Oh, there it is. It's a wee bit small, isn't it? There's, I think it should be there. Goodness me, I don't know. I'm sure I can cut something that sort of size if I want to. I actually had them in my bag where I'm working with these, because these pieces, because I was going to draw around them and cut it out, but I don't have to because my machine cuts it out. And I've got enough room here that I've got it on my table to move it to use it. So I'm hoping now I can do with the circle. I hope I got one of my best circles here. I don't know. It's not very deep, is it? We'll see what happens, eh? I'll just put one thickness of fabric over it. I'll try this bit. Sorry if I'm not actually showing you, but I'll be moving the thing back in a minute so we can have a look and see what happens with this piece. I have to tear a bit off here. I have to remember that iron switched on so I don't burn myself. This is only a thinner one, and that's okay because they make a good circle. Move them things over. I'll just put that on there. Wait a minute, and I cut that off. Don't need all that. And if it works, I've got more circles. So you can put more than one circle on here at a time to make some puff things. Right. Okay, so what'd you do with the other piece? Oh, here we go. Right, Sonia. Pay attention. So this one's going up. It's got a really interesting bend in it, but it's going to bend back down when I put it through the thing. It's going to bend it back down. I hope. I hope that's what happens. Because I bought the other one off my friend for my daughter. I was hoping that they were going to be handy because nobody wants something that they can't use for what they want it for, do they? And I've seen this cut in fabric, but by the time I bought it and then had to leave it in the box for ages before I had a look at it. And if it gets stuck, you can reverse it. If it stops going through, there's a thing there where you can reverse the machine here, and then it comes back to you. It won't go out. Okay, and that didn't work. I sort of probably thought it wouldn't because these things are very, very thin compared to these other ones. So you can see they've got a really high ridge on them. I have got big dies, they're called. This is, what have I done with that? I was sitting here somewhere yesterday because I was a bit upset because I thought, oh no, now I can't use these. I don't think I threw them. They'll only go through on my windy one. And that's okay. On my big shot. So that didn't work for that. Never mind. Nobody panic, it's okay. I could even cut around that, but you wouldn't sit there and do that just for that reason. You can easily, I'll just use them as a template for me, for what I'm going to do, okay? So I'm going to switch this off now. Move it back there. There it goes. Put its cover on it, because it has a cover. There's a cover. Where is that? That I've actually constructed myself. And that's good. I just made a thing that I cover it over with. It's just all good. It's a piece of fabric. And then I put these over here underneath something that'll keep them flat. Unplug it. Good. And we're right now. I'll just sit back in my chair because I can do that without it moving. Isn't that good? Right, now let me see. I've got some fabric here. And are we going to play with the hexie or are we going to make an envelope? See, the envelope worked on this very fine stuff, but only just. There's an issue too, I thought, when I was using this piece of let's move these. When I was using that piece of fabric, I'm thinking to myself, this is a little bit more polyester than cotton, you know? So maybe if it was more cottony, because this is cotton, I don't know. But I'm a little bit impatient when it comes to figuring out stuff. I like to get it sorted straight away, except for when I'm determined to make something. You probably won't think I'm impatient then. So I got also with that, these sort of things come with it as well. But I don't think this is this would work. This Bycrafter's Companion, but it's not got a very deep thing on it. One day when I've got nothing else to do, which is very highly unlikely, I'll try that. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what we can do with these little fellas here. I'm going to achieve something. We'll cut them out, so let's do something. I was really pleased that went through there, so I'm going to be able to... It's only very thin too, though. That's the thing with that. This is only very fine. Only really thin. You can hardly see that there, but it worked. And there you go. Some things do and some don't. I think it could have been the fabric. And this cut through 2 of them, as you can well see. Look at that. It did. Now, I'm going to have to make straight lines. I'm going to sew. Where's me? No, that's not a straight thing. Where's my ruler that does the straight thing? It's behind me timer. Got my timer stuck to it. Sit that there. I'm going to actually put that down there. And I'm going to iron up over that. Actually got a piece of stick that you do this with. But I don't think it'll hurt it won't hurt that, but if I stick my hand on it, I'll know about it. That's the bottom and that's the top, is that right? No? Okay, this bit here. I'm going to iron this. Now if you want to do this, be careful. If you want to do this sort of ironing thing, just be careful. Right, let's got that down really good. Whoops. I must have had some glue on there, did I? Probably. Oh dear. Oh no, it wouldn't be hotter. It's been sitting there all that time while we were doing the other. I'm trying to iron it over so it's nice and straight. Because nobody... Oh dear. Now I've got glue on there. Well, that's handy. I'll get it off in a minute. So obviously you can get the glue off things with the iron. Get it onto a piece of material. You could do that with your clothes years ago. There was that idea, wasn't there? That idea was out there, you could iron it. Okay, now which part would be the closing down bit? The wider bit or the inner bit? You need to put that in there, that there, and that's the top bit, eh? What do you reckon? Yep. So now I'm going to have to stitch this in place, which could prove a little bit tricky. But you never know, I might have unplugged this before I put it back over. I can't reach over the top of it. Trying to be, you know, careful I don't burn myself. Don't want to do that. Righto. Put my ticking thing back on that thing. See this? And I just stick it in the box and then I can see the time counting down and then turn it off when I'm ready. When it's ready to be turned off. Okay, so now I'm going to make this pretty. Okay, aren't I? I hope so. Just see what we can do with it. Just folding up these pieces of material. Am I a good girl? Yep, I suppose I am. I'm just folding up them pieces of material. Now I'm going to get a bit of thread. Open the thread drawer. Or one of the thread drawers. I've got a few of these. Okay, so what will I put around the outside? I've got that tiny bit of stuff on there. That seems a shame. Now, we want those pieces to go underneath that, don't we? And I don't want to block my underneath at all. You know what, I hate the sound of the scissors on the glass thing. Sorry about that. Now, should I do it in dainty stitches or stitches we can see? I think we should do stitches we can see. Being dainty is not going to be helpful in the long run, is it? Okay, alright, so I have to sew this up here. Righto. So let's do it with a nice piece of thread. I hope it doesn't pull it undone, shouldn't do. If I don't go too close to the edge, it won't pull it undone. So if you want the idea to do this, well, you just, you can cut out your own envelope. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. I'm going to go under here and put this bit on there with the knot in it. You sneak up under there, maybe. Come on. Have I got? Am I there yet? No, I'm not. I'll just make it look as hard as I possibly can and scare you. I hope not. There's a lot of you ladies doing a little bit of sewing, and that's really good. I'm really pleased about it. Really pleased, because it's a really nice thing. Very nice thing to do. Something different. You know, like, I think a lot of people really enjoy doing it because it's, oh, isn't that nice? Now that's working. Hang on to it. Keep it in the same place, Sonia. Whatever you do, don't move it, because you don't want that to be moved, okay? Okay. You could glue it if you wanted to, but that's not going to help. Make it look good. Is it? I'm not going to make it look good. I have made these little packet things previously, not like this. I've done fabric ones though before, and they're not hard. And I was going to do one yesterday, and I thought, no, better not. I'll do it today, but this come to me too, this idea then to try this first. You think this would be a lot easier, Sonia, if you put that, I've got that piece, and I'll get hold of him first. And then I'll push this piece in there, and I'll go across there and I'll catch that. That's a big stitch, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a big stitch, does it? No way. Isn't that cute? Now, we're going to have to sew down here. I'm going to get a little hex and stick it in there, so I don't go through the other side of the piece of envelope. It's going to sit under there, and I'm going to sew to the paper, and to the paper. Oops. Trying to keep my stitches all even. Righto. Well, this works too, it's not going through it, so that's good. I'll keep it over a bit so it doesn't fray. You can get fray stop, or if you've ironed on something underneath it before you do that one, you can use that, can't you? Doesn't that look ducky? Oh, well, it will in a minute when I'm finished. What that word, I'm overusing that word, I think. Sometimes when you hear something that sticks in your brain, doesn't it? I've been singing a song in my head now for days, and I don't know why. It just doesn't seem to want to leave me. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do this, because I need to end this off. I'm going to come up with this little tiny hole there, so you won't be able to put fairy dust in this, because it'll come out the hole. So I'm just going to bring the needle through here, go through the inside here, and end it off. Turn it through the other way, and just end it off here. Hopefully it will stay together. It doesn't have to hold anything, too drastic, does it? So it should be fine. If you want to glue it as well, you could. You could glue it too if you wanted to. Oh, fair you. Righto, that looks cool, doesn't it? I do like that. Now I think it needs an edge around it. I need an edge around it. See here, we need to put the edging around there. I'm going to actually use a thinner piece of thread if I can find one, and I'm having eye trouble again. My eyes get so itchy sometimes. Where's these are fairly old, these ones. I'm going to take a bit off one of these, I think. I wonder if it's any good still. There's some old cotton somebody sent me a really long time ago because they didn't want them. And these should be fairly thick, fairly like shouldn't break. This is what I'm looking for. Here, look at that. Oh, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with using it. Why not? Otherwise I can just keep it in the bag. I mean, that's no fun, is it? Keeping it in the bag. Do I need that size needle? No, I don't. It just depends what you're comfortable with sewing. There is some people give you ideas and rules of what to use, but you can do whatever you want to do, because I find that some things work for me doesn't work for everybody else, you see. And so you got to use whatever's comfortable with you, because you need to be able to. You want something that'll go through your fabric without having to use a pair of pliers to get it through. You know, because you really do. And so if it's too tough, it won't go through there. Now there's a tiny little bit of a something there, which I probably will. Will I put something on that? Maybe I'll have to. We'll see, but we're going to start here, and we're going to put this is a lot of work to go to for a tiny thing, but you know what, it's worth it all. I mean, I think so. I like to do, as I was saying about that thing I made the other day, that pocket. But you've got to do a little bit of work on your things, don't you? Make them make them important and special. You do. And there's that. And let's look at that. And while I'm doing this, I'm getting an idea too for another thing too. Well, I'm actually going to pin this down now, just a little bit. I've got a small pin here. It is a small pin. I'm going to pin this down a bit. Just that part, okay? And I'm only catching up the top piece of this and hopefully this will stop it from fraying as much if you want to be. You see what I'm doing? Yeah, it's really nice day here today. There's a nice blue sky and everything. It was good to see Peg come over for a visit. I haven't seen her for a long time. She's always been busy. She's only here a little while, but still. You miss the kids, don't you? I mean, kids, she's 31 or 32, can't remember now. A woman, a lady. She's a lady. She said, so she's got a cat that's had kittens, and she's also got a male cat, but he's been desexed, what do you call it? Her actual female cat hadn't been, and she got out. And anyway, I think the male cat keeps on being too friendly with the female cat. And Peggy said the other day, the female cat give him a fair deal. And now he doesn't even look at her. He walks past and looks the other way. That's cool. I suppose she's got her babies to think about too, and she doesn't want... Because before they used to run and play and muck about, and now she give him a right deal and two, so let him know who was boss there, and he wasn't in charge, she is, so she obviously must have won that battle. Oh, I'm going to try something in a minute. I'll wait till I get up here first. And we'll get around the corner. Go around the corner here. Now you don't have to be scared. It's needle and cotton. And that's pretty good. But it's not like dough. My mother would say, you've got to be careful when you're cutting it out because you can't roll it back up again and redo it. Which I've made many mistakes. I used to make my own clothes once. I don't know how many times I cut my trousers out without a backside. It's a silly thing to do, I know, but it was an accident. I wasn't thinking about them. I don't know how I did it. Don't ask me, because I just don't know how. But see, I wouldn't let her show me how to do nothing. I was just like that. I just could not stand it. I'm a very independent person, me. My daughter calls herself, my youngest daughter says she's a very independent woman. I think I might have a little bit of that. I might have caught that off her too. So I just did not want to be told anything, and I understand now why she is a bit like that. She learns herself. She knows. I guess we all do. I mean, a lot of people, if you know something, there's nothing worse than somebody trying to tell you how to do it. You've got to keep your mouth shut, mind your own business, and just say, well, you know, okay, fair enough. And let's go there with that, hey. Anyhow, I'd like to get across the top of here because I'm going to show you how to do something else here in a minute. And I'm getting really hot in here now because I'm going to have to turn the fan on, I suppose. Too much sewing and laughing and mucking about, eh? Oh, you can't be serious all the time. It's ridiculous. I can't be. I'm not jokey either, but you know what I mean. You got to be positive in life. I reckon you got to try to be positive as best you can. You don't want to. You don't want to not be. You need to be positive. Now, I'm going to get a bead needle. I am going to get a bead needle because I think I might throw a bead on. What do you reckon? Oh, that looks good, doesn't it? I reckon that looks pretty cool. Yeah. I want some beads across here. And because I have got fabric with beads on, but I don't know if I want to use any of that. I'll just put my own across there, won't I? Just do my own thing on that. So where's a bead needle? Here we go. No, actually that's the little one I just had, isn't it? Here we are. I should be able to thread this one, I hope. I'll do with the purple. That's the wrong end. Whoops. I don't know, I've started threading a little bit different these days. I don't know if it's working for me or not. Oh yeah, I got that through okay. Now these are only going to have to be tiny, aren't they? You can't put anything too big on there. I should have put it through that thread, Sonya. You should have just put it straight through this thread here. The thread through this needle, I should say. Use this piece. Oops. Where'd you go? I'm sitting on my chair. I've been using it now for, this has been the third day, I think, and I don't sit here and get them pains in my legs like I used to, you know, and couldn't move, and because I'm sitting at a height where my knees will bend as where they can, and it's just really cool. Really cool. I can't thank whoever it was enough for that. Now, well, we'll put it back up through here. Now what should I do there? I'm thinking about this. Should I just put the beads along and then sew down there? Okay. Righto. Just something small. Playing in the bead soup here. I love the bead soup. What about this one? It'll make it so it'll close down. Is what I'm thinking. That was my thought on it. It'll just hold it down closed, won't it? Hubby must be out there watering a garden, I think, by the sound of that. Because we haven't had any rain for a while, so he probably needs some on his roses. And his lavenders are beautiful. Righty-o, a couple more. That's pretty close to the end. Only thing is, you know, though, I'm running out of thread, and it doesn't impress me because I'm going to have to put some more on to do down the other side. But what I really want to do is take it back through. No, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. Well, I go back through. I'll just give it a good tug there, so they're laying down flat. Don't know how far I can get with this, but I'm going to keep going. I'll keep going, see if I can get down here. didn't want to have to start another thread. Suppose I should have done that under the bead, shouldn't I? This needle's a bit long too, it's making it a bit harder. I'll get a shorter one. Get a shorter one. Now that we put the beads on, and we'll try and get every scrap of this thing through here. I'm going to have to go now. Oh, my time's up already. But we did a bit of stuff, we did a bit of cutting out and that, so... come on. You'll probably see this at a later date. This little pursy thing. Or I'll do something... What's today? Monday. Yeah, I don't know where the time goes to. I really don't. Everything's just going so fast. It's what with old age and everything. Now, that will come down there like that. The thing is too, I'm thinking I might do around here and down there and down there. Just with a bit of slow stitching, just to hold that down. And then it will open up, but it'll give it more thingy, maybe. So... look at that. That's what you can make. One of those. We're also going to have something here, I reckon. There's got to be something there. Well, we can put a bit of lace. But anyway, I'll better go and I'll play around with this and I'll show it to you later, okay? So thank you, everybody, for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the cutting out thingy, the X's and stuff like that. Unless you're going to do a whole heap of quilting. I don't know if it's a necessity. Sonya thought it was, but I'm going to use it. I'll be using it over the years. You don't have to, because you buy something, you don't have to use it every day, I don't think. You can keep it and maybe, use it next 6 months or something. So thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.